Hello and welcome to My Opinion, episode 14. And this episode has been a raging debate within the black community for years now. And this is why I entitled this episode Nigels versus Black People. And all of y'all know when I say Nigels what I'm talking about. Now I think we have a lot of Nigels within the black community. And we have black people. And there is a difference between black people and Nigels. We may share the same skin tone, skin tone. We may share the same skin tone. This may be true, but just because we share the same skin tone doesn't mean we have the same values, the same outlook, and we don't go about doing things the same way. There are different ways how a Nigel deal with things and how a black person deal with things. Me, myself, I can say at times I've been a Nigel. Very much a Nigel. But there's been other occasions where I've been a black person. And to be honest with you, I want to lean more towards becoming a black person and doing as black people do, more than handling things the Nigel way. Here are some clear differences, in my opinion, between a Nigel and a black person. I think black people, we're very calm. Black people are peaceful, law-abiding, hardworking, taxpayers. Now you got the Nigels on the other hand. They can be rude, vulgar, confrontational, not peaceful. And for some of them, they have a hand in crime. They have some type of hand in doing some kind of illegal activity. Now, I'm not going to say this is all Nigels and what I said about black people is all black people. I'm not going to just clump them into that. The Nigels into this and the blacks are into that. I think a black person can carry themselves well, and we handle situations different from what a Nigel would. I think a Nigel need crutches, which means he always have an excuse. Why I didn't do this, why I didn't achieve that, because of this, because of that. I think black people, they just deal with the hand they dealt, and they make the best out of it. If you give them lemonades, if you give them lemons, they will have lemonade for you. This is the truth. Nigels, they sit and they live in their pity of themselves. They don't try to uphold and uplift themselves. They take the easy way out by indulging in crime and getting high and drunk all the time. This is a major thing that they want to do to blacks. Keep them drunk and keep them high so they can't see what's really going on around them. Keep them preoccupied with having sex and partying. Meanwhile, everybody else getting ahead of them. Meanwhile, everybody else is building unlimited wealth for themselves and their families. And I think this is what Nigels get attached to, get a hold of. Now, black people, I think we work the hardest. And I think we had to work the hardest because with racism and violence and single parent households, it's a lot to overcome. So if you can have some sort of success for yourself and you can provide some sort of stability and a nice living for your family, you're successful. You're successful. Because there's so much that we have to overcome just to make it every day. I mean, being black is difficult. And I know a lot of people say, well, here you go going with the black card. But it's true. Just being stopped by the police while driving, you may not come back. You may not live through that. These are facts. So I think we have to work extra harder to achieve the things that others that come a little bit. It's a little bit harder for black folks than it would be for other people to achieve certain things. Nigels are the guys that's not responsible. The guys that are cowards and run away from their responsibility to the woman and to the child that they birth in this earth. To me, that's a Nigel. They Nigels. A black man, he stays. He stays. He commits to the woman. He commits to the child. He takes that mantra of fatherhood seriously. This is a black man. The other example I just explained to you is a Nigel. A Nigel is someone that always see negative and always try to do negative. That's a Nigel. Black person is, I'm going to see the positive in this. No matter how bleak it may look at this moment, I'm going to see the positive in it. This is a difference between a Nigel and a black person. And I'm not trying to downplay or disrespect anybody by saying that they're Nigels. Because at the end of the day, we are black people. But I think black people make the race proud. Nigels every day enforce the stereotypes that are made about black people unfairly. As far as you're not being responsible for your child, you're running away. That's one of the biggest problems that we have in our community. It's single parent households. And women deserve a lot of credit because her whole thing is, it's not your baby, okay, fine. If you say it's not your baby, one thing for sure, two for certain, it's my child. I'm responsible for trying to help it have a good life. I'm not gonna run. A lot of you guys, they're Nigels. You run, you hide, then you go make up a bunch of more babies. That's not right. Nigel, he's stoned or drunk 30% of the time. Nigel, he doesn't have no ambition. He don't want to do better. He don't think he can do better. For a black person, he's very ambitious. He works hard towards his goals. Nigel is the guy that's in and out of his mother's house, living with his baby mom, and he's about 28, 29 years old. He's a full-grown man. But you saying, oh man, I can't do this, I can't do that. Nigel is someone in his early 30s to mid 30s. God forbid if you're in your 40s and 50s and all you can do is still sit on a corner. We sat on the corner during our youth. We hung out there. It was cool to socialize and get with your friends. But at some point, you move on in life. At some point, you start to elevate above the corner. Nigel, he don't see nothing wrong with him being in his mid-30s, mid-40s on the street corner. Then some of these guys, they glorify being Nigels. Glorify, I'm a Nigel tonight. You can't change me, I'm a Nigel tonight. So the prospect of you being in your 60s, no car, no home, no nothing, and you've been here 6 decades on this earth, and you haven't achieved or accomplished nothing. That doesn't bother you, but that's just a Nigel for you. That's how a Nigel see things. Black people, they get up every day, they go to work for the betterment of their family and themselves. Nigel, he tries to take and bring down the neighborhood. This is what a Nigel does. A Nigel don't try to uplift or bring nothing good to the neighborhood. Nigel is, well, we gonna pillage it, we gonna take as much as we can. Nigel is the guy that you see on the corner 10:30 at night. He's been out there all day. Nigel is someone who don't have no future or no good outlook for the future. where a black person is steadily elevating, steady climbing. And there's a little schism between Nigels and black people. Nigels feel as though, oh, he's uppity. He think he's better than us because he's got this job, he's got this house, or they live in this neighborhood, and they look down on us. And African Americans feel as though, some of them, I can't speak for all of them, same thing, I can't speak for all Nigels. African Americans feel as though, or they down there, they don't want to give out the ghetto, they don't want to better themselves. They upset at us because we did better, or we did this and that for ourselves and our family. I think once again that's a case of divide and conquer. If we steady bigger and beefing with ourselves, then we can't see the enemy. It's who the real enemy is. It's not us that's the enemy. Now me myself, sometimes I'm a Nigerian, sometimes I'm a black person. Sometimes I can just get into my straight Nigerian mode and I'm Nigerian. And sometimes I can handle myself as a black person, which I think of black people as decent, upright, good people. They non-confrontational, not vulgar, respectable people. Now Nigerians, on the other hand, they're ignorant, always up to no good. This is the difference between the Nigel and the African American. Now my take on it is, my opinion on it is, I wish there were more African Americans and less Nigels. I think Nigels don't do anybody good. But just because you start out a Nigel doesn't mean you have to end a Nigel. You can elevate yourself from a Nigel to an African American and to a black person. But I think the allure of being a Nigel is stronger than being a black person. There's more props and gravitas to becoming a Nigel than it is a black person. They say black people's are nerds, they're trying to be white, they're uppity. One thing for sure, two for certain, let's get this right. You're never gonna be white if you got this color. So let's get that out of the way. Two, I won't say that they uppity because a person use what America allows for them to use to do better for themselves, which is get a good education, get a good job, work a steady job, save your money, and build towards getting a house, a car, start a family, and then you put money away for your kids to possibly go to college one day so they can do better than what you did. I don't look at that as wanting to be white or uppity. And I think Nigers feel bad about their situation, so they can't applaud black people for what they have accomplished. Because they feel as though I don't have nothing. I'm doing bad. But once again, that's the divide and conquer. That's the Willie Lynch syndrome. You let that black person be inspiration to you. You don't look at that black person and say, oh, they think they better than us. Oh, because he got the car, he got the nice house, he live in a good neighborhood. No. You say, that can be me with a little hard work and dedication. I can accomplish and achieve the same things as he accomplished, she accomplished, or anybody else. That's what you have to do. Now, hopefully I could shed a little light, gave my opinion on the subject. But let's not let it be a debate about Nigerians and black people. Because we all want the same. You just may be economically better off than the next person. Or you may drive a better car, or you may have a better house, or live in a neighborhood. But in the eyes of those people, we are Nigerians to them. Some is just Nigerians with a couple of dollars. But in the end, we're Nigerians to them. So let's stop beefing and bickering amongst ourselves about Nigel and black person. Just see, we all black. And nothing too. Because you're up and you live in a big house on the hill and you rolling in a big car, don't look down on anyone. Especially this right here. And just because you live in the projects and you may get food stamps or public assistance, or you may have a job that's not paying you much and you're doing the best that you can for it right now, don't you feel down. We gotta uplift each other. Whether you're a Nigerian or a black person. Because in the end, we all equally yoked. We all black. That's just the bottom line of it. Some just a little bit economically better off than the rest. It's been a topic that I was didn't really want to discuss. I really wanted to stay away from it because I know it brings a lot of pain and it disturbs a lot of people because they gonna say, well, we all black. I don't care what you talking about. And that's true. That's 100% true. We all black. We all African Americans. But there's a difference. There's some African Americans that don't want nothing, ain't gonna do nothing, and that's it. And there's some that strive to get better every single day. Every single day. So, whatever category you prepare yourself in, whether you think you're a Nigel or you're a black person, or you might think you're both. Me, myself, I consider myself both. And me not have the trappings and the financial success of most black people. I'm hardworking, respectable. I handle myself in a clean and decent manner. So I consider myself a black person. Then they got the Nigel side to me. They can get rude and ignorant with the best of them. They don't want to get violent, but can get violent. So, it's a mixture of myself. I consider myself a mixture. I don't consider myself in one category or the next category. But I do want to see more black people and less Nigels. It's time for us to elevate and get to the mind state of a black people. And not try to rob and pillage and take away from our own community. Because the majority of us is doing the killing, we only killing each other in our neighborhoods. Majority of us is selling the drugs and stuff, we're only selling the drugs in our neighborhoods to our fathers, our brothers, our mothers. So let's try to elevate above Nigel to becoming black people. Like, subscribe, share. Hopefully in time this podcast will grow. My very next episode will be on relationships. It'll be something about a relationship. I just got an idea today from a person in a group that I'm in Facebook. She asked a question that I think was very good. So, like, subscribe, and share. See you on my next episode. Bye.